Hey, what's up, RM Freeze, Speed of Flight '09, and Rodrigo Zanabria, Alex Horbatiuk, Atalan AO. Hey, how's it going, buddy? Ping 1988. What is the A to Z challenge? Basically, playing every single leader in the game in alphabetical order from the top of the list. We are currently on Catherine. Unable to connect to chat. Try again later.
From the barrel of muskets to flowers of fire in the sky.
What?
Even the quiet words on newly printed pages hold great
Drop frames network 2%.
World,
That ain't
so
right.
vast and mysterious, has grown smaller and more familiar. Yet,
Hello, Heather Blakely.
there are always questions to be
How are you
answered,
doing, friend?
faiths to be tested, and national identities to be formed. It falls to you, Catherine de
Hope
Medici,
you don't get
use your
trolled
gifts
by
of knowledge
chat
and of
today.
the arts to
Chat
unite
never
your
trolls
people.
me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Steer carefully through these.
Let's take a moment to observe the current status of the game. Right now, we are focusing on getting our archaeological museums up as well as our walls up. Ba-da-da-da. I'm back. Hello, Adrian. You have a really good channel. Thank you so much, Viz Ruft. Runstar Homer. Hey, Spuddies. Spuddies. Alright, I got myself Donatello. Click. And we have ourselves a beautiful little builder hanging around over here. Do you still have limes? I do still have limes. Kaiser Wilhelm von Hohenzollern. I'm back. Hello, Kaiser Wilhelm. Gott schützen der Kaiser. Den Kaiser? Gott schützen der Kaiser? Something like that. I have a builder here. I could do some tile improvements. Seems legit. You have some national packs done. Would you do something with more faith income? I will eventually get more faith income. I'm just kind of prioritizing things in a towards culture right now. We had a pretty rough start, so things have not been looking too amazing. It looks like a lot of this terrain is no bueno, mi amigo. Let's just head to the northeast, because there might be some... Ah, damn you, you settled over here. Well, I might be able to get a settlement somewhere else. No. No, 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 no. Looks like the best place to go is down here to Iron Island. The Iron Islands. We shall buy this tile. I'm going to chop to get this city up and running, although probably better to purchase these two things. And then just work on that. Harvest. Aha, she likes that I am building walls. I love building walls. Well, the birds are the squirrels' drones. You're right. The squirrels are the true masterminds of the animal apocalypse. I need to get some trade routes up. I also need to start murderizing these guys. So I think the big thing is, if I could get a trade route to Spain, I need to get a unit. Let's get this horseman to head down here. I need to get a bit more exploration done. My exploration game has been weak. I also need to explore over here in Busan. So I would like to pop a crossbowman into the water and come up here, because I want to be able to trade with as many people as possible. Now that we're starting to generate a little bit of tourism. No bueno, amigo. No bueno, amigo. Capo el Papa McWhiskey. Hell yeah, Papa McWhiskey. I like that name. I'm on board. I'm signed up for your newsletter. Let's steal. I already have someone over here stealing gold. They are gaining sources right now. Okay, so who else could I steal from? I would like to steal from the Congo, but they are not very good. How about Makassar? Not a whole lot of money going on over there. So the other option is to head over to Korea and steal some tech from them. Alright, we got ourselves the amphitheater in here. Now we need to build walls. We also need to repair the outer defenses in here as a priority, so we'll get that done first. Now this city over here has some potential. It's working a lot of really great tiles. It's working a lot of really not so great tiles also. I would maybe like another settler in here. CQUI is still broken. What mod does the leader scores? There's no mod required for the leader scores. You go up here to options, you go into interface, and it says show yields in HUD ribbon. You click this to say always show, and you will have the nice things up here in the top right. Go ahead and make ourselves another great work. So this will be a forest eventually. I'm going to put a nice little chateau right here. I have lost suzerainty. No, I haven't. Of Preslav. And I will not be able to get it back. That is unfortunate, so we'll have to send this guy this way. We'll do a little bit of exploration with some of these units. So Bologna, let's get rid of this jungle. Now, do I want to put the chateau? I think we'll put a mine here for the short term. Should animated be looters on the mobile of Civ 6? I don't know. I don't know much about other versions of Civ other than the one that I play, TBH. Just put you on Auto Explorer, do the thing. You would like to buy some niter. I will take your foxes gladly. Diplomatic favor is really useless for anything but selling for gold. How would you make it more useful? I'm not sure how I would make it more useful. That's a difficult question to answer. I think I am going to get rid of these nanners. Get to work on the medieval walls because we're getting close to the point where that will be a great source of tourism. Bamba. I want to get as much exploration in as possible because the more cities that I can see, the better my trade routes will be. You want to buy some niter? That's fine. Hey, we just completed square rigging and colonialism. I don't think colonialism changes anything.
And war also originate.
We do have envoys to play with here. I don't think I care about Preslev. I would like to take Hattusa, or maybe I could put a point in... Could put 2 points into Kumasi. That would get me +2 culture from amphitheaters, which is a significant bonus. Then we'll hold on to the rest of our envoys. I'm going to harvest there. 6 turns on the Renaissance walls. Beautiful. You know what? A chateau here, I'm not against it. Just pop a little chateau. Might throw a lumber mill down there. Eventually that'll become a seaside resort. Time to steal some cash. Oh, I should have leveled you up. That was a mistake. Did you remove the 30-second delay? I'm trying a new thing where there's less of a delay. It might reduce the quality of the stream. Right, there is the shipyard. So in the cities where we do have harbors, we're going to want to prioritize getting the shipyard online. Of course you come here to be annoying and pillage my little thing. Let's make sure we're purchasing all the important stuff like monuments and granaries while working on walls. Got a production in here. Definitely want the medieval walls again. Put a lumber mill right there. Got ourselves the Archaeological Museum. And we're working on natural history, so we'll be able to get ourselves archaeologists soon. TM. So this is a great spot for a chateau. And I think that's what we'll put there. More chateaus. Want to get those chateaus down fairly early. Finish those walls. We'll leave this mostly unimproved. We'll put forests there later. And we'll put a couple of national parks in and around here. Da-da-dum.
Son, have you
There
seen
is
the reign of God?
Kill. So this city is probably wanting a farm triangle over here, so I'm going to get that set up. Shirley likes you. I love you too, William. Can you make a city with my name? Because it's funny how you say it. Viesruft. Sure thing. I will. When I get time, I will do that. When I find a city that has not been renamed. Like Boulogne. We shall call this Viesruft. There you go, buddy. Or should I say Spuddy? I definitely want to put a settler. Excuse me, what? I want to put a settler there. Miss Scusi, Miss Scusi. Well, excuse me, princess. Could put a chateau over here. Would like to do that. I don't really have many unimproved tiles. So once you head over there and get to work on that. I'm not going to bother with the plantation. This guy's 2 build charges. Let's just keep chopping to produce things faster in here. Jump in das Wasser. Every day when you rename Montpellier to Montpellier, I don't know why. Haha, bet he stinked her Irene's. Right, there's the giant causeway. That's where the cows go. Let's go ahead and purchase ourselves another builder in here. I would like to purchase the university, but it's not really a priority at the moment. We are generating a little bit of faith. Getting all the walls up. Oh my god, where are these guys coming from? I'm going to put 2 points into myself, and I will say duplicates of... I don't know which one I have a lot of. Cotton, sure. What did you do when your area is basically impossible to set up farm triangles? Start of the game today, get a late game. Can I get enough food to grow my cities beyond 12? Your cities don't need to be bigger than 10, so don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. If your cities can't get bigger than 12, you don't need it. You only need to get your cities to 10 population in most victory types. Anything more than that is an effort in futility. So 582 gold here versus 400. Let's go ahead and steal from Mbanza Congo. Steal a bit of cash. Got ourselves another spy. Can't build any more spies. Would like to grab myself a settler for this tile up here, so I'll get to work on that settler. Ancient walls completed in here. Let's get to work on the medieval walls. Apparently chateaus can be placed next to other chateaus. Is this new? I didn't know you could do this. This is OP. Wait a minute. You could put chateaus next to chateaus? Oh, that's crazy. I didn't know you could do that now. They must have changed that. I swear they used to not be able to be placed next to each other. Hold on. Well, I guess I was wrong. They must have made that change and I forgot about it. Yeah, generally speaking, you want to avoid growing your cities too big. How big is too big? Well, you got to ask your girlfriend. If she knows the answer. No, I'm just kidding. Generally speaking, they don't need to be a certain size. One farm triangle or a couple of farms per city is usually good enough depending on the terrain. The less food overall the city has, the more you're going to need, but generally speaking, that should be just enough. That's the Matthew special that can be placed next. Ah, okay. I swear the chateau used to not be able to place next to each other. The next city would be Kaiser Wilhelmsland. Well, I mean, you can have Dijon. Alright, so now we can get our archaeologists, which is fantastic. Let's go in here. We will call this Kaisertum. Which I believe is actually a place. Alright, so now we have 3 envoys. I'm going to go ahead and pop those into Rapa Nui. To get even more culture on the roll, let's go ahead and pop another chateau. Chateau! I'm tempted to put a chateau here, although this is obviously better as a seaside resort. Unlink these, get them prepped. Why can't I pass through these units? I'm gonna buy this tile to harvest it so I can finish these Renaissance walls. And then I'd like to purchase a shipyard in here to give the city a bit of a boost. Maybe a noob question, but Civ 5 I get lots of tourism for culture and hotels. Does something similar exist in Civ 6? No, Civ 6 tourism is a little bit more complicated. Chateaus get better yields next to wonders and luxuries. I'm not really interested in like getting the best yield. I'm really just looking for an effective way to turn builder charges into tourism, because I'm very, very close to unlocking conservation, which allows me to turn some of my builder charges into tourism. More importantly, I'm making my way towards flight in about 6 technologies, which will allow me to turn tile improvements into tourism. So that's kind of where we're at with regards to that. Get to work on those ancient walls, more important than anything else. Bradley Galbraith just became a sponsor of the channel. I assume, is that some sort of Scottish name? Galbraith looks Scottish to me. Or maybe Welsh. Who knows where exactly it's from, but looks that kind of way to me. Do a bit of exploration. Okay, now that I have a bit better knowledge, this city has a commercial hub, which means I don't want to centralize my thingies here, because that means gold can be stolen from here. So I want to have trade routes in James going to all these other players. Thank you so much, Galbraith, for becoming a sponsor of the channel. Let's purchase 2 traders in here. Let's get 1 trader in Montspuddier. And then that'll be good for the next few turns. Let's go ahead and get that fish online. It's Scottish, I see. Awesome. Ach, aye, wee laddie. Gain sources. Let's go ahead and gain sources in Korea. In New Scotland. There's a New Scotland? What happened to Old Scotland? I missed the Old Scotland. Kids these days don't know how good they had it in Old Scotland. Delicious water. Alright, we just stole a bunch of cash, which means we can buy more trade routes. So what we're looking to do here with our trade routes is, if we go to the culture screen, you can see here that we get plus 25% for trade routes with people in terms of tourism output. So we want to trade with as many independent people as possible. For example, I want to trade with Tamar, Korea. So I don't have a trade route with Korea. I don't have a trade route with Tamar. I have a trade with you. I have a trade with you. I don't have a trade route with Robert the Bruce. He's going to be the hardest person to get a trade route with, so we might just like forget about that particular angle of things. So if I remember, who was it that I don't have a trade route with? It was Korea. So let's see if we can find a Korean city in the list. We cannot. Now, why can I not? It's because I don't have a city settled over here, which is kind of blocking me. So what we'll do in the meantime is look for someone else. I can't trade with Tamar. She's too far away. So we'll just, right now, what we'll do is we'll swing up to the top here and we'll just look for production or gold. You can see here, trading with the Congo gives me 27 gold. That's a huge amount of gold, and it can't be stolen from this city because the city doesn't have a commercial hub. I was going to trade with Mbamba. Now, I don't have an alliance with him, but I will attempt that. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and send him a gift of 10 gold per turn is usually the kind of gift that'll set the AI off. How do you... Okay, cotton has been completely devalued this game. I actually don't want to give these to him because the Congo is my biggest opponent this game in terms of culture generation. So is Scotland, actually. I'd rather give this to, for example, Guitarja might pay a pretty penny for these luxuries. So she'll pay about 20 gold, which is a good amount. So we just finished Renaissance walls over here. I'd like to get myself the Archaeologist. Now, I could also purchase this. I think I'm going to focus on purchasing my archaeologists and then use my production for other things. I got another art museum down here, which means I should, in theory. And so this is an important concept that I talk about pretty regularly. If we hover over this great work, you can see it's providing me with 3 culture and 2 tourism per turn. How and ever if we go down here to this art museum, you see I have 2 great works in here, but I'm only getting 4 culture and 3 tourism. That's because the first great work from a great artist gives you the full yield. But if you have a copy, i.e. another great work from the same great artist in the same building, it doesn't give you as much. So if I move this 3 and 2 down here, it becomes 1 and 1 because there's already a great work from this guy. So right now, the maximum yield from having all of these in the same building is 5 and 4. If I spread them out, the maximum yield... Oh, I can't move that for a while. The maximum yield will be at 9 and 6 instead of 5 and 4. So it's important to just move those around a bit. So let's see here. Let's get the walls up in here. Up in here. Up in here. Calais, Palais, Palais. The city exists for no reason other than to give me a free builder. Maybe secure some late game resources that might spawn around there. Guys, Great Works of Writing. Great Works of Writing were nerfed quite a while ago, actually, if I remember. Let's go ahead and trade with Indonesia. Although 34 gold from trading with the Congo is hard to pass up. It's just a ridiculous amount of gold. Let's go ahead and take a promotion on this guy. Con Artist is the best one, in my opinion. Stealing gold is just so flexible, and the AI on Deity generates so much gold that it just makes any other mission not really worth it, unless you're trying to delay a science victory. Speaking of delaying a science victory, there's industrialization. We're also going to want to purchase our factories. Let's have a look and see. Korea has not researched rocketry, so we're looking pretty okay. Let's accept that mission right there. I want to get my first factory online. And I think the place to do it... I want to get the first factory and the first coal plant online. This factory is worth 3 production. This coal power plant is worth 6. And if I can get this online, it'll provide power to the local area. And then I'll soon be able to get that online as well. Go ahead and pop that in there. Keep exploring. More builders, more builders, more builders, more builders. Make your new city. Jap is a tank. Or Stan is cast. You've already named a city, Vias. Name Calais to This Used to Be English. I like that one. It's either... if you give me a good name, I'll do it. These fishing tiles are high quality. Hey, I just caught the best thing I can watch on my way home. Good to hear, Gainley. How do you theme the great works? When I have the opportunity to do so, I will do so. And I'll be able to explain it in detail. Alright, we got our very first great work of music. Now let's start moving these great works around. I'm going to put you over here. I can't move these guys the way I want them, and it's more valuable to have the great work of music in the capital than it is to have it anywhere else. Now, speaking of great works of music, if I wanted to have room for great works of music, I could, for example, grab myself the Bolshoi Theatre. It's not a priority right now. We want to pick up conservation, but I might swing down here to grab this. To be able to place another great work of music. So I might grab the Bolshoi Theatre this game. Speaking of great engineers, I would like James Watt. James Watt is pretty good. Okay, we got our archaeological museum here. Let's work on walls. Shrine completed. I think the coal power plant is such high value and it means I don't have to purchase it. Ancient walls, medieval walls, Renaissance walls in here. Theatre square is high priority. And... I just want to put this somewhere out of the way, to be honest, where it's not like causing me an issue. So I'm just going to pop it over here. How to balance the coal consumption of coal power plants with having a decent late game modern era navy? I would just not have a navy. Navies are not very useful. Okay, I'm going to take Ace Driver so this guy has a better chance of escaping if he is caught, and most spies will be caught in their careers at one point or another. This is already improved. good exploration happening. There's Cahokia. We could liberate that if we so felt like it. I kind of wish there was a way to like diplomatically demand that they liberate a city. Why are you fighting with sticks and stones? Jasper, do you have any? Ba, ba, ba. Name a city. Epstein didn't kill himself? Sure. Do I have a city that is not renamed? I only rename cities that have not yet been named. Grenoble. Okay, builder charges. Builder charges aren't super useful until I have conservation. I can start laying down forest, but I will get rid of this in preparation for laying down forest, because forests are just better, in my opinion. Nice fishing tiles, doing the job that they need to do. A live stream for my sick day. Nice to hear that you have something to do on your sick day. Not so nice to hear that you are sick, Kate. Leonard? I don't know why my brain read your name like Skinner Leonard or whatever that band is called. I don't know, my brain is just weird sometimes. Let's go ahead and gain sources in the Congo. How am I doing on Great Rider Generation? I'm currently top Great Rider Generator. Potato is woke. Go woke or go broke. Alright, so the Congo is willing to be my friend now. I'm going to go ahead and accept that.
Few inventions have been
There is Knights. Let's declare friendship, resident embassy, alliance, military alliance. Ba-bam. Thank you for the gold. Renaissance walls in Jamesland, which is brilliant. Now I need to start working on these things. Amphitheater, I think, is priority over these other things. These are great, don't get me wrong, but just like the time to get those other things is now, and so I kind of need them now above all else. Renaissance walls done in here. I'm going to slowly build an archaeologist. Some places I would like to purchase them, some places I'll build them. Nice, beautiful, beautiful tiles. Just like a beautiful woman. For France. Okay.
Potatoes. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
Hey Potato, hopefully this helps offset any pain Brexit causes you. You can always move to America.
Hey, thank you so much, Tim Rickson87, for the $10 redo donation. I don't know if I would move to America, but maybe. Maybe I'll move to Austin because I don't have any taxes or whatever there. It's like basically where every content creator moves is to Austin, Texas, because they have like really chilled out tax laws or whatever. I'm actually not sure I can make this. Yeah, I can. It's alright. Lord knows everyone hates paying taxes. Can someone tell me how to donate or become a member? There should be a button, Yaboman. Don't know if it's in every country in the world, but it should be there. Are you graduating May 2020? Oof, alone? I just had my talk presentation, it went badly. Yikes, Jake, that's unfortunate. Hope other things go better for you? Not really sure what to say as a conciliation. I would like to purchase this shipyard, but I've got far more important things to purchase, like the archaeologist in here. Really need to get them going. Waiting for conservation. Anywhere else I want to place a forest? I think I'd like to put a forest in here. I'd also like to get rid of this for a forest as well. Forests are just better than quarries, especially since you can harvest. Put a forest there. You hang on. Yikes! Texas is chill. We don't have state income tax. It's a 6.25 sales tax, which is pretty nice. I've been to Texas. It's a good place. I think I could live pretty well in Texas. I think the people are friendly. They'd like me. Alright, so now that we just researched conservation, we're now making 100 tourism per turn. That's because if we go to the tourism map mode, we are currently making 1 tourism from here because it has built walls. If we go to our capital, we're making nearly 6 tourism from stuff. So as we build up these walls, our tourism numbers are going to start climbing up. And getting early tourism is really, really nice. The sooner we get it, the better. So now that... Hey, Jabaman, thank you so much. Now what we want to do is we want to rush our way towards urbanization. Now that's because there is a card right here called military research, which gives us 2 science from our Renaissance walls. So not only are our Renaissance walls generating 6 tourism per turn, they'll be generating 2 science per turn, which is really going to help out. I think I might squeeze off here for the opera and ballet. And I think actually Bolshoi Theater is going to go on this tile. So let me go ahead and harvest this real quick. And there's another great writer. Beautiful. If you don't have room for your great writings near where they spawn, just move the great writings out to somewhere else. And now it's starting to become a little bit more valuable for me to start unlocking writing tech. Let's go ahead and get the Renaissance walls in here. And then we can place a forest there to turn that into a productive tile. Are you mad? We'd love to have you here in Texas. Dude, Texas people are so kind. It's so nice. I think that's because you have to be polite to survive in Texas. Assholes don't last long. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and steal technology. I met people in Texas who treated me like the nicest person ever, or not like they treated me like just so well, just because I took the time to be friendly with them. I don't think I ran into a single person who was an asshole when I was in Texas. I'm sure they exist, though. Count us by as if 2 levels more experienced. Sure thing. Now I want to know how to donate. Expect more. Thank you so much, Ja, for your donation. Your $2 dues. What civ is your favorite? I don't actually have a favorite civilization. This is a question I get asked a lot, and my answer is always I don't have a favorite civ. So right here, I'm gonna just take the time to hard build a trader. I now have 3,000 gold nearly, so I'm gonna buy my very first archaeologist. I'm gonna sell off my diplomatic favor, and I think Canada is usually the best person to sell that to, because they usually highly value diplomatic favor. 49 gold for 100. That seems like pretty good to me. I'm gonna get a resident embassy with you. In fact, I'm just gonna sell them the rest of my diplo favor, just to kind of get that out of my hair. Assholes everywhere, every country. Fortunately, the nice people outweigh them. Maybe it was because I am foreign to Texas. They were like being very welcoming. But they were the people were very, very nice to me when I was there. I have no complaints. What is your favorite bonus from France? I don't know. Hello, fellow IB students. Irritable bowel students, excuse me. I would say my favorite bonus from France is the spying bonus. Starting with extra spies and your spies just being better is really, really cool. Where I live in Texas Central, it's currently colder than Norway. I'm not prepared for this 24-degree lack of heat. Dude, I love the cold. That's the only thing that I might not be able to make it in Texas over, is how goddamn warm it is there. So this spy is stealing tech boosts, although we don't need these tech boosts. I'm going to keep getting them, because every piece of technology we can steal is technology we don't need to earn. That sounds like life pro tips from a criminal, almost. Oh yeah, silent majority rules ever. Just clowns can't shut up to give humanity a bad name. I think humanity does a good job giving itself a bad name. TBH. There's the Enlightenment. Brilliant. Not that I need anything from the Enlightenment. Let me check here. Make sure my government is looking okay. Newly trained builder, +1 production. I guess this +1 production could eventually be swapped out for something. Liberalism. Let me check here. Are any of my cities suffering from a lack of amenities? Because technically, liberalism could be better. If I just scroll through here, I see a few cities with negative amenities. So that tells me that at this stage of the game, liberalism actually has more value, because amenities, at this point in the game, the amenities The plus 5% is worth slightly more than one production, but it also gives me slightly more of all these other things. So this is about the time of the game where amenities start to be a little bit more relevant. They're not entirely important, but they're not completely irrelevant. There's our very first great archaeologist, or archaeologist rather, Catherine de Medici. Anthony Scaramucci. Is that like a gangster's name? Laying down the forest. Replace that. Come here. Hey, Potato, please make a domination victory in the next game because I'm getting lots of difficulty concerning enemy unit spawning. We'll be just picking whatever victory type makes sense for the civilization that we are playing, but I will make an effort. So I've got an archaeologist coming in here. This is an art museum. Where else do I have the option? In here, archaeological museum, bam. So now let's take a look at the culture thing. So you can see here we're making 5 out of 151. The more of these we can earn, the better. Send envoys. I've got 3 envoys tucked away for a rainy day. I will take an envoy with Antioch for that little bit of extra gold. It's not much, but just a scooch of gold is fine. Is this another Catherine gameplay? This is finishing the game from yesterday, Victor Locatelli. Where do you guys want to go to college? I want to go to Clown College.
Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
Hey, Chris Nyborg just became a true spuddy. Thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel, dude. I really appreciate it. Let's get ourselves a... I'm going to just put 1 turn into Theater Square Festivals now. I want to generate great people at this point in the game. We have completed this. I want 3 art museums. So we'll get to work on that art museum right now. I want at least 3. Now that we have the coal power plant in here, let's get to work on the temple. Theater Square in here. Great work on the amphitheater. Got 4 envoys. Not sure what I want to do with them. Kind of hold off on that front. Let's go ahead and keep picking up these things. This is that. We'll chop there. Forest, that tile. You hang out there. Grab this. Let's take a barbarian artifact. So now we have a good spread. And here's the really, really valuable thing about why archaeologists should be your priority. So great artists take a very long time to earn by earning great artist points, whereas you can just get as many archaeologists as the map can support by pumping production and gold into it. Not only that, but great works of archaeology actually are worth more than great works of art. You can see here they generate 3 tourism and 3 culture each, whereas the great works of art only produce 3 tourism and 3 culture and 2 tourism. So it's actually just worse. Now, one great person that we want to keep an eye out for, well, there's a few that we want to keep an eye out for, but one of them is the lady Mary Leakey, who makes our great works of archaeology a lot better. Medici were an important family from Florence. That's true, or Florence. Ah, yes, they opened the borders. It's pronounced limes. What's an additive modifier? What about Alexander? How do you show all yields in the battery? Name a city. Explain basic game mechanics. Stop using exploits. Bradley, you're like... You fucking Icarus here, memeing very close to the sun, my sir. Okay, so we could plug in Grand Opera. I don't think it's worth it. We will be taking Bolshoi Theater. We'll be building it in the capital. So what we're going to do is we're going to cancel this Theater Square Festival. So our production is going towards nothing. Then we're going to come in here. All right, let's look at this, right? The Hermit. Wait, do I have the card for production towards wonders? Yes. So I think I'm going to take out Viscera Banking and plug in Gothic Architecture. So now if we look here, right, the ball, is this not affected by Gothic Architecture? Medieval, Classical, and Ancient. Renaissance. Are you not Renaissance? What are you? Oh, you're an Industrial Era one. I need this one. I need Civil Engineering. Alright, whatever. We'll plug that card in for now. So I want to build Bolshoi Theatre, but I want to put it on this stone. So what I'll do is, this is 23 turns. I harvest the stone. Ba-bam! And now it's 22 turns. So I saved a turn by harvesting the stone, and then I'll improve this. Ba-bam! And now this thing takes only 20 turns. And then once I plug in this card right here, the Skyscrapers card, it'll save it a little bit. Glad I could be of service. Florence in English. Pee pee poo poo. Haha! Oh my god, you said the silly words. Place names are a tricky subject. F for Fez. F for Fez. I have 6 envoys that I want to play with. I'm thinking I might take Suzerainty of Preslav just to protect it. They want me to recruit a great merchant, construct the holy site, train a bombard. Train a bombard. Well, training a bombard, I don't actually have that tech, and I'm pretty far away from it, and it's off the beaten path for what I want to be doing. So I think we'll skip on that one. Brussels could be worth investing into, because it's 15% production towards wonders. Which will shave 3 turns off of this. Great works of art. Now, who owns this? That belongs to Jamesland. We'll harvest that. That'll speed up the art museum. Harvest that. Put a forest in its stead. Will you build the Eiffel Tower? The Eiffel Tower is something I like to build. It's not something I make a priority of. I will attempt to build the Eiffel Tower, but I'm not worried if I don't. Well, some people actually get really angry at me when I leave this whole thing on the right side. It's just filling up the screen. So let me get rid of it. I literally never look at this side of the screen. Plant woods. Great work. Alright, that's improved. Let's go here. Plant another forest. Plant a forest. It might seem silly to harvest and then plant, but trust me, it's the right move. Let's keep stealing tech boosts. So we're stealing tech boosts because it means that it's science we don't have to earn, basically. By stealing it, we're stealing plastics right now. And so it's a kind of a way to artificially inflate how much science we're generating. How many Lane Hardy fans in the chat? Never heard of Lane Hardy? Sounds like a bad bowel movement. Man, I had a real Lane Hardy today. I didn't need to know that. Can you get off the antiquity tile, please? I'll be friends. All right, I need to renew my alliances before people get upset at me. Espanol. So let's think and talk about current alliances, right? We almost have a level 2 alliance with Katarja. Let's talk about who is generating a lot of stuff. I definitely want a science alliance with Korea because she's generating the most science in the game, and you want to have a research alliance with the person who's making the most science because if you can get to a level 3 alliance, you'll get a lot of nice benefits. Now, who is making the most tourism is the second question. So Scotland is currently making the most tourism. But Scotland hates my guts, so who's making the second most? It looks like it is Movember. Now, I could get an alliance. I already have an alliance with Congo, never mind. I might just do a cultural alliance with Wilfrid Laurier. Then with Spain, we'll do a religious alliance, so he'll leave my religion alone. And then with Georgia, we'll grab ourselves an economic alliance, because I think, or it should have been Katarja, actually. That was a mistake. It's not the end of the world. Hi, Tyria. Korea is science easy mode. True, true and real. Apparently this got pillaged. I'm not sure how. I'm pretty annoyed at that. So one thing I need to watch out for is the sea level flooding, which is why we're rushing to computers for flood barriers. I am going to need to build an encampment somewhere. So we got our temple. It would be a good idea to evangelize my religion. I can also get started on building national parks. So that's something I should be worrying about. Do I want to evangelize my religion to get a building? No, I think we're fine. I think what we're going to do is we're going to save up for a naturalist. So let me go in here to Auga. I'm going to purchase a builder here. And a naturalist here. Let's go ahead and take these tiles. I should be able to put a national park over here. Beautiful. Then in Auga, we're going to place... I would like a commercial hub. I would like a campus as well. Campus for the Krampus. That is a +3 campus, which I am going to have to pass up because I just have more important things to place. I could actually build the Hermitage here. Which I will. Going to build the Hermitage here. Get as many of these wonders out as we can. Let's go ahead and get to work on the... I'm not going to build the Archaeological Museum here. I'm going to purchase it. Instead, I'm going to work on the harbor for the trade route. Somebody remind me to purchase a Archaeological Museum in there when the time comes. Harvest that. Another artifact. I'll take a Catherine de Medici. Auga. Very unfortunate this got pillaged. So we're starting to look pretty good in terms of stuff and things. So the Congo, unfortunately, I'm going to have to steal your great works. Go ahead and explore for me. Not really the worst fight, but terrible neighbors to... Oh, you know what? I should have purchased this tile and put it here. That way I could have got 3 chateaus next to it. Not the end of the world. Work on your ancient walls. You'll be developed slowly over a period of time. What's your Discord? It should be linked in the description. If it's not, somebody can get that link for you.
If you're the bank,
I stole 1400 gold. Now I can plug in 2 new cards. Public Works and Skyscrapers. So we'll build wonders nice and fast. 18 turns on that. 12 turns on that. Aid request. Yes. I wanted to purchase in here the Archaeological Museum, and then in a couple of turns I'll purchase the thing that gives me other stuff. So now I want to pick up urbanization for the +2 science from Renaissance walls, since I have a lot of Renaissance walls. That'll make up for the fact that I don't have a lot of campuses. Over here we have our theater square fully built. I'm pretty sure you've made your archaeologist. The other things that we could maybe use are builders to improve our terrain, and sort of convert it over to being better for tourism generation. We could also spend some time in here doing theater festivals to generate more great people to fill up our great works areas, because we don't have a lot of that filled out right now. I could get an encampment to be able to build military engineers, and I think the encampment to build military engineers is kind of the thing that I want to do in here. Is that what I want to do in here? I think that is what I want to do in here. So I'm going to go for the encampment to get military engineers in here. It's always good to have one of those. Finished. Hey! ZK Abbott became a Spuddy, a member of the channel. Thank you so much, ZK Abbott. I really appreciate that, man. Okay, Sliced Bread Conspiracy has finished its Renaissance walls. This built an art museum. I would like to get a trade route. The Great Zimbabwe. Let me think about how am I going to be generating more tourism. One way to get more tourism is actually to build this, but I really do need a holy site right here, so let's get that. Faith generation has been pretty weak this game. Definitely going to need to start prioritizing that. It's popping down chateaus. I'm trying to maximize my empire for tourism generation right now. So it's going to require quite a bit of retooling. So there's the theater square repaired. Get to work on that. Naturalist, head over here. Pop a thing there. Time to keep stealing cash. You have one more level. I'm going to take the Disrupt Rocketry promotion. Lol, love his pronunciations. How did he pronounce? Did he just pronounce Z as Zay? ZK Abbott. Yeah, what's your problem? Have you got an issue? Is a tissue. What's my religion called? I completely forget, actually. There's a gentle eruption. Oopsie doopsie. Military emergency. This passed. Okay, so awesome. This is actually... So this is one of the most beneficial things that can happen in your game, is to pass, particularly at this time of the game, is to pass the send aid project for yourself. I'm literally going to get like 20,000 gold from this, which is going to let me just completely skyrocket in terms of my tourism generation. We can kind of have a little peek here. I'm already top culture right now. I'm already top culture generation. I've made 11 out of 161 tourists. That number will kind of not sustain at that level. So it's critically important that I steal from the Congo, because I need him to not generate culture or tourism. But I also need to make sure I snatch up my own doodads. Ah! Okay, head up there.
Potatoes.
Focke-Wulfe Studios. Danke, meine Kamerad. I don't know how to say for becoming a sponsor in German, okay? I did my best. Zino Formaggio. No baguettes. 0 out of 10. Kappa. You pronounce Z as Z. I may have finally fixed the robot and its tags. Poggers! Are you going to start to save the next day? Yeah, I'll probably once I finish this game, I'll probably just go offline and cry myself to sleep. As, you know, usual Tuesday night sort of stuff. So I would like to build a commercial hub. I'd also like to get an entertainment complex, because that's a little bit of a source of tourism as well. The commercial hub can potentially generate a lot more tourism as well as a lot more gold. This is a hard choice to make. Meine Gott, Morbus also became a spuddy. Thank you so much, Morbus Mia, for becoming a spuddy. Thank you for being a member of the channel, my dude. Z rhymes with bread, though. Will the next game be restro the British Empire? I'm not sure. Is that some sort of cooking technique? We shall restro this beef stock. Look at these shitters with their little green icons. How long have you been a sponsor, Morbus? 1 year and 6 months. God damn. Is it a problem if my Empire lacks rivers in a culture game? New to the game, but your vids and streams are really educational. No, you can win any game without rivers. It's all about adapting. Somebody disliked the video. I want everyone who's watching right now to dislike the stream, please. To see what the number goes up to. I actually can't see what it is. Just want to see if you guys are sheeple and will follow my orders. So this is a tough choice, because technically this actually provides more tourism, and it also would provide amenities, but this provides more tourism in the form of great people points here. So I think it is at the stage of the game where I'm going to want to think about amenities, so I'm going to pop that right there. Art museum on the way. Archaeological museum on the way. Where do I want to go with this builder? Pop woods here. So if we look at this national park, ba-bam. Take a moment to look at the tourism here. This thing is generating 15 tourism because each of these, this is worth 3. This should be worth more than 3, I feel. It's because there's a mine here that's reducing it. So if I can flip that mine to a forest, that'll actually help out a lot. But Mr. Maz, you forget Potato pays me for work done, so technically it's even worse than that. Or at least he said he was going to pay me, but never did. I will pay you. I forget. How much do I owe you? Send me a PM. I know I forgot to pay you last month. Da-da-da-da. Dude, you're literally so good at manipulating people with that slide. If you're sheep and will follow my orders, just made the dyslexic. Dude, it's basic. This is like interacting with children level of reverse psychology. It's like I don't know. Like anyone who's interacting with a child knows that you can do that. You can just be like, "Oh, you definitely shouldn't do that," and they'll do it. You definitely shouldn't give me a high five. And it's like the easiest way to ever make like a kid give you a high five. Because I think they're being naughty. So I definitely want builders in here. I don't want to spend my gold on it, so I'll just hard build a builder in here. Hello there. Love Culture Wins with France, but I missed the stream to this point. Gotta go back and rewatch it. Have you recruited the trade route tourism merchants yet? I haven't made that a priority this game. And I can't filter this list. I don't think they've gone by yet, but I'm keeping an eye out for them. Let's see here. Great merchants. Yeah, I don't think they've come up yet, but I'm definitely keeping an eye out for them in case I want to get them. I'm keeping an eye out for a few key great people. Big Bread was just spamming builders. Yes, but these builders are very, very, very far away from over here, and I need a builder up here. So I have myself an archaeologist, so let's go ahead and send him over there. Choose artifact. Bam, Catherine. So I'd like to keep stealing cash. Stealing cash. Give me one moment. I think... Alright, give me one moment. I'm going to go ahead and grab myself some food. I didn't think that would be ready for a little while, so let me go ahead and make a notepad. I'll be back in a few minutes. was a good dinner. Alright, what were we doing? Hey, we circumnavigated the globe and got ourselves 5 era score. How close are we to a golden age? Pretty close. We need 5 more points. I think we can pick that up with archaeologists. Wait a minute. Me, Murad, does that mean member? Yes, it means member. If I missed anyone who became a member while I was AFK? Can you make whiskey out of potatoes? I know you can make schnapps out of potatoes. You can make whiskey out of whatever you want. Sorry, buddy. Get rid of that. Bit more beautification over here. Putting down forests. Ian Khan, thank you so much. Oh, he's not new? Okay. Pff, old members. Philip. Okay, we stole plastics. Great. We need 4 more era score. How do I get more era score? Era score, era score, era score. Not sure we're going to be able to pull it off, unfortunately. We did run out of a trade route there. It's okay. I think one of my trade routes got pillaged, perhaps. Yeah, this got pillaged. I think there might be a barbarian unit hanging around out here. Let's grab ourselves a privateer to go hunt that down. We want to steal flight. I'm glad that we're stealing flight because that's a great tech to steal because this is a tech that we are researching. So if we can get that, that would save us a bit of technology. Cost. Just about to get nationalism. Combine units. That could be a little bit of era score. Combining units. Mega colossal eruption over here. There's nationalism. We can also build another spy here. So that's something we're going to want to prioritize. Get that spy in here. We got ourselves an art museum in Jamesland. We're going to want a harbor for a trade route. More trade routes means more money. So at this point, I think it does make sense to promote this guy with curator. And then to move him to the capital. Reassign you to the capital. And then we'll just assign you to James. Go asleep there. We'll repair that later. Lumber mill. Pop a forest down here. And so, if we remember, earlier on, this was earning us 15 tourism, and by placing these things down, we're bringing that up by putting forests nearby and all that sort of stuff and getting the appeal higher. We got an encampment in here. Let's go ahead and grab the barracks, and then we'll grab the armory so we can build military engineers. Let's keep popping down forests. How do you show infos? You show info in the top right hand corner of the screen by going up to menu, options, interface, show yields in HUD ribbon. Okay, so we're now 3 points away. Might be able to get this before the era goes. I think if I combine units together. If I purchase myself a catapult. And then combine them next turn, I should get a little bit of era score. I'm trying very hard to get this era score. If I settle the city on the snow, it might work too. Renaissance walls, beautiful. Working on it, working on it, working on it. Not quite like twerking on it, but we're working on it. Combine these together, plus 1 era score. We need only 2 more. God, I'm going to be sad if I miss this by 1. I should be able to get it because I have an archaeologist coming in here. That's another era score. I'll take a Mavemba artifact. Forest, hang on. Forest here. So now if we look, we're making nearly 19 tourism per turn from this national park, which is great. We're up to nearly 200 tourism per turn. Got 16 out of 170. We're 10% of the way there towards a culture victory. Looking great. And this number is only going to continue to grow. Once we unlock flight, the number should jump up a bit as well from all the culture we're earning from these. Durandir Duque Pinto. Potentially you should add the description how to show the info at the top right hand corner for the next time you can tell people to read the description. You know what? In the long run, I don't mind telling people about it. It's fine. So this can be a lumber mill because I don't plan on putting a thing there. Head over here, pick that up. Grab that. There we go. Golden Age secured. Have another thingy. Let's go ahead and appoint Reyna. I'm going to plug her into just any old city. Purely just for the extra faith because of my government. Dem government. Almost have the Bolshoi Theatre. Working on the Hermitage. Yeah, my empire poses no threat. Well, you should probably reconsider that, actually. There's moderate flood. Stole 1,500 gold. And we got a whole bunch of gold from people completing projects. Which is great. Let's go ahead and purchase the archaeologist in here. Let's go ahead and purchase the factory and the coal power plant as well. Really want the water park. Water park is going to net me a good amount of tourism as well as amenities. I'll grab the Gurdwara in here just for a way to turn production into faith. I did lose the Hermitage. It's not the end of the world. Place down those lumber mills. Tasty, tasty lumber mills. Keep siphoning funds from Georgia. Free gifts, thank you. You can see here, I'll show you this in a second when this turn, it's my turn again. The reason I'm getting so much gold is because the AI is not only giving me gifts, they're running the Send Aid project. See, I nearly got 3,000 gold there. I've also unlocked urbanization. Building neighborhoods is going to be important too. More importantly, the military research card here. I'm going to pull out retainers, plug in military research. This is going to give me +2 science for every Renaissance wall, which is fantastic. So now we're nearly got 25% more science, and we stole a couple of techs. I got a couple of boosts, so that's a big deal. That's a good amount of science. Choose a Civic in here. The Crystal Redentor is an important one that we want to research. We also would like to build Broadway. If we can. I think that's where Broadway is going to go. Broadway, Broadway, Broadway. Broadway, Broadway, Broadway. Where's Broadway? Broadway, Broadway, Broadway. There it is. I'm going to build Crystal Redentor and Broadway. Let's go ahead and get the Armory and the Zoo. This is for military engineers so we can build our sea walls easier. Got 6 turns to play around with. I'd like to get a neighborhood. The reason for the neighborhoods is purely just for things. I'm going to put the neighborhood here. The reason I'm getting neighborhoods is because you can build shopping malls in there. Okay, there's Genevieve. I don't see. Make your way over there. Go ahead and take a promotion on you. I think demolitions is an okay promotion. The promotions don't really matter because we're mostly just stealing gold. And we'll take a Guitarja artifact too. I think Fez got murdered, sadly. Keep stealing tech boosts. We're stealing tech boosts purely just so we have to earn less on. Military engineers work on aqueducts, canals, and sea barriers. They work on a lot of different things. More importantly, we get them for the flood barriers because it's just a way to basically build flood barriers in cities that can't build them for themselves. So we got another great work of writing person. Let's go ahead and make that Jane Austen, Pride and Prejudice. All right, there is Joe. Joe has done what it needs to. No. So I think this could be a national park right here. I think a holy site would not be amiss in this city, but more importantly, I think a theater square would be far better. So I'm going to pop a theater square right there. It's like popping a wheelie, except we're building a theater square. Keep stealing cash from me. Cash flow is amazing right now. I'm going to take a Philip artifact. Let's have a little bit of a glance through our artifact. I wish I could also filter this through by artifacts. Like I could filter through great work type. So let's see here. What have we got? Classical, classical, medieval, ancient, industrial, classical. So we've got 2 classicals. Put these classicals together. So we've got 2 classicals in here. I need 1 more classical. There we go. Themed museum, cultural heritage boosted. Ancient, medieval, ancient. Okay. So I need another ancient from someone other than Catherine de Medici. Move that in there, move that in there. So now we've got our great works of art spread out. Now, do I have another ancient artifact? Industrial. Philip. What about medieval? Do I have enough medieval ones? Ancient, medieval, Renaissance. Put 2 medievals in here from 2 different people. Renaissance. Got a bunch of industrial artifacts. So we're pretty close to theming a lot of these museums. Just need a few more. Joe Mama is my meme. Is Joe watching? Does anyone know if Joe is watching?
Bolshoi Ballet is a universe of the imagination, a place of magic and enchantments, beauty and romance.
Have you guys ever seen that movie D's?
Graceful dances, glorious music.
D's nuts. Who's Joe? Joe Mama. Got him. All right, there's Bolshoi Theater.
Those who inquire, I only understand friendship.
Okay. Come on now. We all know the meme.
Know your own happiness.
Make a dedication to arms, heartbeat of steam. So reform the coinage, I think, is the right move here. Heartbeat of steam could work. Reform the coinage to keep our gold income nice and high. We got a builder up here. We can start improving this terrain. I want to get rid of this. It's not necessary. I'm thinking the theater square right there is fine. We want to get as many of these theater squares out now as possible. Finish those Renaissance walls. We've got 4 envoys to play around with. It would be good to pop 1 into each of these just for that tiny little bit of science that we'll get out of it. 1 more in Brussels wouldn't be terrible either. I think taking Suzerainty of Valletta would be cool, although I want to use my faith for other things. I think popping 2 into Bandar Brunei for a little bit of gold income is okay as well. How would you say D's nuts in French? I don't know. Do we have a French speaker here? Any French Canadians? Okay, I've got 7,000 gold to play around with. Pop 3 on that for me. I'm going to put most of this in Great Works of Writing. And I'll vote for myself just because I'm selfish. C'est noir? Say nuit. Noise? Say noise. Okay, so we won this one. Writings doubled. Awesome. And Wilfrid Laurier. Awesome. There is flight. We're now making 250 tourism per turn, which is fantastic. We're up to 22 out of 180 tourists. Water park completed. Let's get the Ferris wheel for a little bit of tourism from that. And let's trade with... So is there anyone who we can trade with that we are not trading with? I can't trade with you. I need to get open borders with Robert de Bruce. Let's get a resident embassy. Will you do a friendship? Ah, of course he will. Okay, let's do open borders as well. Anyone I don't have open borders with? Katarja. Open borders for tourism boost. Resident embassy. I have open borders with everyone, which means we're getting massive boosts to our tourism per turn. So now that we have flight, I think we can start making the... Sorry, we need radio to make seaside resorts. So we're going to get some people in position for that. Let's go ahead and start harvesting. Pull the limes and pronounce the hard X. Noix. It's pronounced Noix. Senoix. Shouldn't it be more southeastern? Thank you for the gift. Ah, Haboobi! Religious works of art. Not ideal. Okay, so in the capital, I'd like to build a neighborhood. I think that's an okay spot for one. Got the harbor in here. We have tons of gold, so we can just purchase our way to victory. Definitely want a neighborhood. Gonna plug it there. I hate killing that nice tile, but neighborhoods are good. Shrine temple. Go here, create that great work. Have I got the shopping spree achievement? I don't think so. I have ordered Chinese food. What kind of Chinese food? Like, what exactly did you get? You can't just tease us like that. Oh my god, the storm in here just made this land livable. Alright, there is Gustav Eiffel. He is useful for a number of reasons, mainly for building late game wonders. Let's make sure we're trading with players over random things. Chateau could go there. Bam. Peking pork, fried rice, and mini vegetable spring rolls. Yum yum. There's mass media. We can get started on Cristo Redentor. Where am I going to build the Cristo Redentor? Because I definitely want that. I also really want Broadway. Let's do a quick map search. Broadway. Is anyone else building Broadway? So they've started it. And they've started it. So I'm going to prioritize Broadway over Cristo Redentor. We'll get you in there. Let's get to work on ideology. This will allow us to build another spy as well. We got our armory in here. I think it don't need a zoo. We definitely would like a neighborhood. So let's get to work on that. Pop a neighborhood right here, I guess, is fine. Although that could be an Eiffel Tower spot, so we'll put it right there. Let's point you, and just pop you into a city for faith generation. There we go. We have filled up all our art museums. Wonderful. We're now making 9 and 6 from these. We definitely need to, once we hit suffrage, we want to swing up for cultural heritage, because there's a really powerful card up here. Called Heritage Tourism, which gives us double tourism from great works of art and artifacts, which is a lot of tourism to boost. If you built a chateau after you already researched flight, would you still get the tourism? Yes. I definitely want to steal the computers boost if I can. I like that. I keep harvesting, go to the next turn. I have a ton of gold, so I could do things. I want to save that for seaside resorts. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to purchase a builder in here. see, where am I building things? I think this city could use... I think I'm going to purchase that granary and purchase a builder. And then in here, we'll get to work on... I think a theater square would take way too long in here. So I'll just get to work on a water park. Run away! The 28 out of 186. We can kind of see which number of these is getting bigger. The 186 is the 28. Probably right now it's the 186. It's getting bigger faster. Era score, gold stolen, ba-bam. Yeah. As I suspected. Broadway. Get that in 17 turns. We're going to pump Gustav Eiffel into this twice. Nobody's building the Cristo Redentor, right? One person is, so that means I want to come into my capital. Where's my best production capital? And then I want to centralize trade routes there if I can. That tourism limit will continue to grow. Thankfully, I've been stealing gold from the Congo for pretty much the entire game, so they're pretty weak right now. And I'm going to go ahead and prioritize Scotland now for stealing because I need to hurt his economy. Sterling. Can I take any tiles for the capital that are productive? Not really. So what can you do to help my empire? Well, the big thing would maybe be great people generation. If I can generate more of these great writers, I get more tourism. So theater square festivals wouldn't be amiss. Would also be nice to put a national park in here. Right there. Shipyard purchase. Boosted radio. We're on radio now. Awesome. National Park is going here. National Park is going here. National Park can't go here, so we get the holy site for the bit of faith. Let's start planting woods. We'll get ourselves another builder in here to improve that area. Now this city needs lumber mills to speed up how quickly it gets to Broadway. Do I want to pump this or do I want to pump this? Normally I would pump for the Cristo Redentor, but I'm going to pump for Broadway. Waiting. When should you use your gold? You should use it immediately, as soon as you can, on something that helps you win the game, unless you need to save it for a specific purpose later on. Spend your gold. It is important. Have a little bit on hand for emergencies, but spend your gold, like, when it's appropriate. There's nothing I can spend my gold on right now other than builders, and that might be something that I do. For example, over in Joe, I can get this shipyard. I can get a builder. Up here, I could get a builder. Because if gold sitting in your inventory is doing nothing for you. You can't lay claim to history. I'll do whatever I want with my archaeologists. Your embassy is welcome. Blocked mountain passes early in Canada didn't expand towards me. Maybe purchase a settler. Here's the thing. A settler needs to justify its existence by providing me with something that helps my win condition. And really, there isn't any places for me to settle that justifies the existence of a settler. As far as I can tell. So my gold is better just hoarded right now. We've got a Ferris wheel. I'm going to purchase the aquarium. Don't purchase banks, because that's just basically spending. There's probably around like 50 turns left in the game, maybe 70, something like that. If I purchase a bank, I'm spending 1,000 gold to get 5 gold per turn. It's not going to pay itself off. Now, the great merchant point per turn could be worth it, especially. Okay, so this is something I want to save money for. So this is a thing that I want very, very badly. I want Sarah Breedlove a lot. So I'm going to come down into production, and I'm going to do commercial hub investments continuously until I can get that everywhere that it makes sense. Come here, make another national park. The great thing about national parks is they provide you with era score and amenities, which is great, and they also kind of link together in this cute way that I like a lot. Keep doing that. Steal gold. Take a Cahokia artifact. I want this guy. I'm not sold on this guy. I really want this lady. So that tells me to come over here to Big Bread Knows We Know. Purchase a university. Cancel all of these. And immediately start working on a campus research grant. So I really want this guy and I really want this guy. So saving up for both of those is really, really important. I'm going to primarily save up for Sarah Breedlove because she's cheaper, so I can get her sooner. It's okay to spend a bit of cash here because I think my gold generation, because of the aid request, will do the work for me here. So I think a forest here makes sense. I think a mine. I'm going to chop and place a mine. Both those guys are women. Whatever. Guys is a gender neutral term these days, in my opinion.
In order to rally people,
okay, there's mobilization. I can build another spy with ideology. Just got my harbor. I don't want to spend gold now that I see that I have a thing that I want to save up for. Keep prioritizing gold income. Renaissance walls completed in here. Let's get ourselves a theater square. So it's a 44 turn theater square, which is fine. Lumber mill. Come here, grab that. So now I also want to look and see if I can sell things to get gold, because gold is like a huge priority for me right now. So how would you buy 20 coal? You give me 10 gold per turn. All right, Canada. How would you buy another 20 gold? You'd give me 1 gold per turn. That's fine. So you don't want to buy that. What would you pay for this? You pay 1 gold because you don't want that. All right, what about gypsum? You pay 10 gold per turn for gypsum. Cool. Let's keep talking to people and just see. I don't want to sell amenities to Scotland because Scotland gets a huge benefit from them. Want to just sell. Nobody wants cotton because cotton is worthless right now. Korea is also sometimes dangerous to sell amenities to. But I think in this instance it's fine. Okay, and then I'm going to talk to Canada, say, hey. I said, hey, what's going on? Wake in the morning and it's outside. Get real high. And I feel a little fusion. So you actually don't have access to niter, which is fantastic for me because I can sell that to you. I'm going to try and optimize for gold right now. We have a specific purpose to optimize for gold. You have niter. Do you have niter? You have niter. Do you have niter? You have niter. You have oil as well. You do not have iron, so you will buy that iron from me for hopefully a good price. You have a beautiful voice. You're wrong. That's your opinion, but you're wrong. So hopefully the ton of gold that's coming from aid request will help out as well. They can do 700 gold per turn, plus whatever aid requests they do. Okay, so we are going to win the Broadway. You can see here that Mabamba was working on it. So we're going to get the Broadway. What can we do to make gold in here? Harbor shipping will generate gold for me. Promote Reina with the Harbor Master, and then Tax Collector will also get me more gold. This is scary. Georgia might get her before I'm ready. I really, really, really want this. It's a big deal if I can grab that. Lost my friendship and alliance with you. Declare friendship. Alliance, military, gold. But bam. Something significant so far today? No, I think most of the, like, not to kind of rag on the game, but like most of the significant stuff that happens in the early game. A lot of this is just like solving the, or sort of optimizing our way through the solved problems. How many turns till you can get the merchant? Can you trade your flat gold per turn and have a payoff by the time? No. That certainly cannot happen. We got nanotech. So we're very, very close to being able to purchase her. Very, 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 very close. Because once this project here finishes, that'll give us a big burst. Theater Square Festival. Let's keep doing Theater Square Festivals because we want to get these if we can. These great writers and stuff. Temple completed in here. Gonna grab myself a campus in this city. That'll help towards getting Mary Leaky, rather. Leaky Mary. I think Leaky Mary sounds like a Victorian era fallen woman's name. Jesus. It's like Sticky Vicky or some other iteration of awful name they give to like fallen women. Religion's still alive. Religion is still alive and kicking. There's a little bit of Hinduism pressure, but it's fine. We've got most of our religion in place. Religion was mostly for era score. That's why I do it. You can do some early stuff with era score. I really wanted computers as a boost, but I actually got nanotech, which was not what I wanted. But that does tell me that Korea has researched nanotechnology, which is a bit odd considering she hasn't actually built her spaceport yet, but it is what it is. Let's take a fill-up artifact. So now that we filled up another museum, can we theme? Can we theme? Right, let's see here. This one is Ancient Era. Tell us some stories from back then. Oh, to be a young laddie in the Victorian era. Alright, so we have... I need a medieval artifact here. That isn't from Philip, so that's a bust. I need an ancient artifact that isn't from me or barbarians. Renaissance, classical. These are all ancient artifacts. These are all medieval. These are all industrial, and this is a mixed bag. Can you buy artifacts? You need to have room for them, so kind of, but no. About to get Broadway. Excited for that. That's going to be a decent culture boost here in Auga.
There's no business like show business.
There's Broadway, one free random atomic era boost, professional sports. There's another great writer.
Dreams.
Let's do Commercial hub grants. I don't think I need to do commercial hub grants because I'm going to be getting this in a turn or two. So I'll focus on campus boosts to get my hands on Mary Leaky. Leaky Mary. Okay, so there is Broadway. I don't have any more of these that I can build. It would be nice to get this. It would be nice to get an entertainment complex. It would be nice to fill out chateaus over here. I think I'll put that there. Entertainment complex for the amenities and stuff like that. Commercial hub investment. At this point, it doesn't matter so much. I'll just grab the bank. Okay, pop you in there. Come here.
Potatoes. Boil 'em,
Hey,
mash
Astro
'em,
Wizard.
stick 'em
How's
in
it
a
going,
stew,
buddy?
boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
I hate that you can't look at the artifacts that I have when you get there. Hey, Jake Brewer. Thank you for becoming a member too. Astro Wizard, thank you for the $2 donation. Alright, saving cash, saving cash, saving Johnny Cash from himself. I'm going to harvest that. Come over and boost that city.
Boil 'em, mash 'em,
Clap,
stick 'em
clap,
in a
clap.
stew, boil
Hell
'em,
yeah.
mash 'em, stick
Clap,
'em in a
clap, clap.
stew.
It sounds so sarcastic when you type out clap, clap, clap. Okay, I really want Sarah Breedlove. That is a huge boost to your tourism generation.
Is the theater of the mind.
Okay, there is video killed the radio star. Apparently this is just not good enough, so I'm going to have to replace this with a forest. Renaissance walls finished in Rouen. Let us pop down the theater. Interior alligator. I drive a Chevrolet movie theater. Interior crocodile alligator. I drive a Chevrolet movie theater. God, I love that song. It's not even a song, it's just like a loop. Okay, let's move Great Works out of our capital and come on. Move our Great Works over to Auga. Jump.
Like
Bam.
some magistrate.
The edge of throwing cash at you is great. I know. I'm a fan. I'm a big fan. So let's go ahead and get Sarah Breedlove. But bam! Next one is one that I do not care about. Let's just take a peek at the bottom of the list. We got Sarah Breedlove. We're getting all the great people. Next, we want to focus on getting Mary Leakey. That's going to require a lot of work in our capital, a lot of gold generation. Mary Leakey's going to be a hard one, but she is really powerful because she triples the value of great works of artifacts, rather, not great works. Catholicism and Hinduism having an epic battle in my religious area, which sounds like a protected area that is like, don't show them your religious area. Okay, we can get ideology. This gives me 5-year plan, which is a great card. That is a card that I would like to plug in. I think liberalism can go by the wayside now that I plug in 5-year plan. Comrade. Then Levy en masse? No, I want logistics for being able to move my builders around easier. Stole a bunch of cash, working on it. So we need 30,000 gold. We can bring that number down by earning a lot of great scientist points. I would like to get shopping malls to increase my tourism. I'd also like to get democracy. I think I'm going to prioritize democracy into capitalism. Democracy should come first. Do you have a bear cow? Order! I think my throat's a little bit sore. Order? 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 He's so... he has like such a rambunctious way about him with regards to the way he does. Order? Order? Are you building any wonders because you have skyscraper in your government? Yep. I was building the Christo Redentor. Okay, I think I lost the Christo Redentor, which sucks. So I should totally swap that card out. Should swap skyscrapers out for a different card. I'll wait until I have suffrage. Definitely want great works. Can you speak Irish? Neil Isagum Gaelga. There's Sarah Breedlove. So we should see our tourism pressure against civilizations increase significantly. You can see here we're getting plus 50% for a trade route, which is a lot. Not trading with Robert the Bruce. It might actually be worth it to settle a city over here, purely just so I can trade with Scotland. That's an expensive endeavor, though. I'm not sure it's worth it. Oh, I could put a seaside resort here. Or I could put a forest. And get another naturalist in here. I should be able to get a naturalist before I switch to democracy. Gain spies. Covert, foment unrest. Okay, steal cash. Really? I bet he said your mum in Irish. I can read Irish pretty well. I can't speak it for fucking my life. Harbor shipping completed in here. I say it and I say it in the kindest possible spirit. Order. I want the water park for tourism. Can't justify spending gold when Mary Leakey's on the table. It sounds so wrong. Forest. Ba-bam. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bam. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bam. Ba-ba-ba-bam. Bam. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bam. Get rid of that. Weaponized tourism. You're goddamn right we're weaponizing our tourism. I want you to operate at a higher level. How did the city get Viesruft? We just renamed cities. I burped also. Give me Mary Leakey. Escape on foot with your gold, sir. Harvest. Lumber mill. If I kill this mine, I can place the thingy. How we doing? Look at that, 48 out of 220. So Robert the Bruce is the man I need to hurt. Need to hurt him. Mission failed, but spy was undetected. Campus research grants. Just need to do a whole bunch of those so I can get this lady in what might amount to be a reasonable amount of time. We're down to 28,000 gold. The sooner we get her, the better. Let's see here. Broadcast center. Steel tech. Shabam. Holy site finished. Shrine. How does the tourism on a seaside resort, if you build it, you just get, instead of, like, you can only build it if you have an appeal of 4 or better, but if it stays there if you lower the appeal. You just get less. So, like, you can see now this has 3 gold on it, which means it's giving me 3 tourism per turn. Right, you can see that generating plus 3 tourism. Even though technically you shouldn't be able to outplace this unless it has 4 appeal, you can remove a thing that lowers the appeal, place the seaside resort, and then replace the thing that lowers the appeal. 300 tourism per turn, looking great. So we're at 48 out of 222. $49 out of 222. Water park completed. Ferris wheel get. Zoo get. Slowly build me a shipyard. I can't afford to spend the money on it. Go away. Damn you. Not getting the Crystal Redentor isn't the end of the world because we didn't have a very good seaside resort game anyway. See you later, Iditendo. I gotta make sure I renew my friendship. Yes, excellent. I want to open borders with her again.
Men, they're right.
Hey, baby, you want to open borders with me? Do you want to be my friend? Most of these guys should be pretty happy to be my friend. It'll probably be the next round that they don't want to be. So again, I'm gonna go Science Alliance. This here. Canada. Economy Alliance. Espanol, give me your religious alliance. Und Scotland. Okay, this is the one instance where I think purchasing here makes sense, because this will actually slowly tick off the price of Mary Leakey. That means I can immediately get to work on doing campus research grants in here. Archaeological museums are just better. Democracy time. First, before we switch to democracy, for the sake of efficiency, let's make sure that we purchase a naturalist. Let's also come in here and buy that tile so we can actually place this here. Then we come up and we switch to democracy. Beautiful. +2 error score. Can you use Very Leaky and the other great sciences to give science from rainforest, natural wonders, boost culture from the moon landing bonus? Any source of science will be boosted, so the answer to that question is kind of yes. Okay, New Deal could be good. I don't know if it's important. Definitely want 5-year plan and public works. I definitely would like scripture and simultaneum, but I don't have enough faith generation to really justify that. Definitely want military research plugged in. Would like logistics, isn't super important. Triangular trade would be nice for the little bit of faith generation. Grand opera, not super important. So most of the things that we want to plug in right now are just economic, like urban planning. +1 production doesn't seem like a whole lot right now. I think New Deal is better. New Deal and liberalism just to get a bunch of amenities. And then I'll also plug in Merchant Confederation to pick up a bit of extra gold. Is the boost for computers? Happy days. I think I should trade with Korea. I don't think I had a trade route with her, but I do now, which is great. So we're generating a ton of tourists. Slowly climbing that ladder. The tourism ladder, as it were. Not to be confused with Jacob's ladder, which is a different thing entirely. Good evening. Hello, Schlasel Schlaspiel. Schlaspiel. Diddle-a-doo, 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 diddle-a-doo.
Benjamin Franklin may have discovered electricity.
Right, now we have oil plants. More importantly, we're making our way towards computers, which is going to mean once this broadcast center is done, we might want to start spamming military engineers to finish these flood thingies faster. Let's have a look at this. 44 turns until the next sea level rise, so that's definitely around the time that we want to start doing computers. All of this is very meticulously timed out based on a lot of experience of how this all fits together. When you're going for a late game based strategy. Now, I don't remember where you were placed, so I want to have a look around and see who I could steal from. Sterling is a no-go. Tbilisi, I have someone stealing from Tbilisi. Yeonju, nope. Mabanza Congo. There's a decent amount of gold to steal there. Love your vids. One of my first deity game. Thanks to your tips. Keep it up. Thanks very much, Jack Gladonyak. Appreciate your kind words. So what is the appeal of this tile? So if I get rid of this mine, I'll be able to place a thingy. Build that national park. +3 era score. Wonderful. And more tourism. Nearly 300 tourism per turn, which is looking pretty good at this stage of the game, considering we're about to research computers, which will give us a 25% boost towards that. Okay, there's the amphitheater. More archaeological museums. Get ourselves the temple for the faith generation. To get rock bands in the late game. Can't build here. Peel is too low. I will spend just a scooch of gold. How close are we to Mary Leakey? We're getting there slowly. 27,000 gold. I could buy John Rockefeller. He's not important enough for me to care. Okay, we got a battleship being annoying. I guess spies are huge in winning with this civ. Spies are huge with winning in every civ. What the hell are these city names? People just ask me to rename my cities. Is Joe Mama, Limes, Awuga, Rouen is the only city I don't think I've renamed. Montspellier. The reason spies are useful in every victory type because they generate you a ridiculous amount of gold. So I think getting a seaport in here would significantly improve the gold generation of this city, as well as giving a little bit of science. That science is going away though soon. I can't remember when this card goes obsolete. I think it's somewhere up here. Yeah, military research goes obsolete at the space race, which is why we want to avoid it, and we want to go for environmentalism first. So we can take advantage of that until we no longer need the science. Let's go ahead and plug in the broadcast center. That's our victory condition district building. Siphon the funding. Let's make sure we're optimizing this city for growth. Yeah, looks like it's optimized for growth, no problem. Theater Square. I would love to purchase all these buildings, but I need my gold. Joe your mama. 58 out of 228. How is Science Victory coming? Nobody has started Science Victory. Well, actually, it looks like Robert de Bruce is on his way towards a Science Victory. But we are... And he's the scariest person to do a Science Victory, because if he gets moon landing, it's going to be very hard to win the game. Broadcast Center.
The inherent vice of...
There's capitalism. Beautiful. Do we want to change any of these cards? International trade routes. I think international trade routes is better. It's a lot of tourism and stuff like that. Or culture and science. So now we have suffrage. We want to pick up cultural heritage to be able to plug in heritage tourism. Then we want to head up to environmentalism to get a 25% boost to all tourism. Then we're going to come back for space race for the 200% tourism from great works in music. And then we're going to come up to social media to pick up the 50% tourism from output of trade routes. So this is just the most efficient, optimal way to go through the tech tree, in my opinion. You can opt to go for Cold War first if you think the spy is important, but I like to get this card online. Then I like to go Cold War, rapid deployment, into environmentalism, into space race. You can skip space race if you really need the military research. You can, for example, go cultural heritage, into environmentalism, into professional sports, and then delay to space race to social media. Just depends on how many great works of music and if you need the science from the military research card that we have plugged in, because once you unlock space race, this card goes obsolete. Vies Ruft in Dutch means dirty fart. Well, now you know. Well, somebody asked me to rename the city. So, you know, I do as I am told, sir. Seaside Resort here. A little bit of tourism. Okay, advanced flight. I'm going to keep stealing tech because I like stealing tech, because it means we can maybe advance through the tech tree a little bit quicker. It means our current technology goes a little bit further than it should. Listening post. Let's try and just... What I'm trying to do is do damage to Scotland's economy, because I need him to spend his production on things other than culture and science. So if I can slow him down, I will. She's paranoid, apparently, because I'm too close, even though I'm literally an ocean away. Oh, well, rip. There goes that guy. Telecommunications has been boosted. Another great artist. That's going to mean another art museum I need. Just completed the broadcast center in the capital. We're going to want to get the National History Museum. Sorry, this is in James. We're going to want the National History Museum in there.
As soon as you
Kind of wish I had the Hermitage, but I just don't. I have not built a neighborhood in this city, and I'm going to plop it here on this mine. Like so. How close are we to Mary Leakey? 26,000, 27,000. We're getting there very, very slowly. Very, very surely. And don't call me Shirley. About to pick up Heritage Tourism. Sydney Opera House, I might skip. It's good, but it's expensive. And it doesn't really pay itself off before the game ends. I mean, I guess in a way, you can make it pay itself off if you build it in the right city. It can be optimal and helpful, but I don't think it's that important. All right, so there's the flood barrier. So in here, we're going to start mass producing military engineers to send to our cities. Let me just double check. If I got Suzerainty of Valletta, I could purchase these, and they're actually really cheap to purchase. Let's talk to Valletta. Can't get Suzerainty, so that's fine. Okay, so now we have the all-important computers technology, which gave us a huge boost to our tourism. So now we're essentially done with the tech tree the moment that we research steel. Once we research steel, we need to research basically nothing else. I'm going to pick up sanitation, replaceable parts into steel. Is that what I want to do? Sanitation, replaceable parts. I think I'll go with sanitation, steel, replaceable parts in that order, maybe? Yeah, I want to get to the Eiffel Tower if I can. Hey, Philip Marks, thank you so much for becoming a sponsor, buddy. I appreciate that. We got another great musician. It's fantastic. Fantastic. More great works of music are available. Cool, cool. So you can see here, if I go to the tourism map mode, you can see this is generating 5 tourism per turn because of the multipliers. If I put a mine here, it'll go down to producing 3, which I don't care about. It was more just I wanted to make use of that tile. I actually don't have an art museum, so I'm going to teleport you up to Viesruft. Stinky fart. Keep stealing gold. Gold is my muse. How many new members has this stream had? 7. Environmentalism after steel, surely? What do you mean, environmentalism after steel? Have you ever dreamt about Civ after playing all night? Not usually. I want at least a single snowflake. It's in the 20s right now. I'm just ice and sprinklers, but no snow.
You don't stumble upon your heritage.
Okay, so we just unlocked Heritage Tourism, which is a really, really important card. Let's go ahead and plug that in. I'm going to plug that in over the top of Triangular Trade. Curious, if I take Suzerainty of Valletta, how much does it cost to faith purchase flood barriers? Flood barriers are incredibly cheap. So I might just faith purchase them. How far along is the Great Scientist? We're currently at 26,000 gold. We are making quite a bit of progress. We have 16,000 gold. We'll be able to buy them very, very soon. The chateau, the tourism matters more to me than the production right now, I think. All classes were cancelled today because it snowed and then froze the road. Damn. I don't know if you're lucky or unlucky with that. The city has reached 15 population. Awesome. There's sanitation. I think this city is too slow at doing sanitation or campus research grants. Hey, Brian Lance, thank you so much for becoming a 2.5 spuddy. I really appreciate that, man. They say economy doesn't rule the world. This is going to want to be an art museum. I'd love to purchase this, but unfortunately because I'm saving up for that one lady, I can't. I will get the Gurdwara in here. Any tiles that I could remove? I could get up here and do this. Please claim the Goody Hut under Epstein. Right, fine. I bet you're going to beeline environmentalism for the other 25. Ah, yes. I'm going to beeline environmentalism because it gives you a 25% boost to tourism across my empire. We can also get rock bands now. I don't think I'm going to invest in rock bands for a little bit. I think my faith is better used as long as I'm using a Valletta for the flood barrier. Another great rider. Awesome. We're starting to fill out our things.
Every life is meant.
Shopping mall for the tourism. Campus research grants go. We're getting close to it. We're at 22,000, but 18,000 gold in the bank. Very, very close to grabbing this. Probably not even worth it to do a research grant in here. It's probably not. I'll probably get it before the 10 turns are out, so it's better to spend my production on something else, like a sewer. Water park completed. Spy escaped after being detected. Well, if I'm purchasing these, is there any reason to have these guys around? Probably not, actually, now that I have Valletta in the game. Shopping mall for tourism. I got very fortunate this game. I hope you do at least one diplomacy game. I might do a diplomacy game. I might spend a bit of time practicing that off screen because I just don't... I don't think it's a fun way to play. We'll see. Move Great Works out of the capital and out of James.
One by one, they were.
Shopping mall, broadcast center, go. Shopping mall, archaeological museum. Archaeologists are still worth purchasing. Broadcast center, escape on foot. There's no reason ever to click on anything except foot, in my opinion. Order! Order! I've only one diplomacy as Scotland. Right, there is Cold War. This gives me the another spy. It also gives me rock bands and a few cards. Actually, Containment is a great card for late game envoy stuff, so I'm going to plug that in. In the ideal world, you should plug it in like whenever you're only when you're spending envoys. I just like to have it in because I'm very forgetful on that front. And this means I can play much more aggressively with my thingies. So, for example, I could build Maois, and they actually can be a great source of tourism. I did a Colossal Head game once, and you could very much so make a Maui game if you want. But you pretty much have to like deforest your entire territory and build Moai everywhere. Because they get +1 culture for every 2 adjacent Moai, +2 culture if they're adjacent to volcanoes, and +1 culture if they're close to the coast or lake. They're very good, don't get me wrong. What's your opinion on buying other Civ's great works? I think it's a mistake. Most of the time. There are situations that it can be justified, in my opinion. But most of the time it's a mistake. So, this guy is ready to pick up some shipwrecks. It's far better just to use your gold to accelerate your own economy, in my opinion. Apart from, obviously, I recommend Mali for the diplomacy victory, probably the best. Yeah, I think Mali is really, really good at diplomacy victories, definitely. ban the production of coal power plants. I will vote twice on that. I will vote for myself on this twice, and I will vote for myself on this 3 times. Did I hear mistake to steal Great Works you want with spies? Stealing Great Works with spies is also a mistake. It's far more valuable to steal gold with spies than it is anything else. IMO. So, first submerge has happened, but we already have all of our flood barriers. Let me just go through here and double check that that is true. Forgot to do ancient walls in here. This is a way to efficiently turn production into this. Gonna cancel this. National History Museum. The only thing that's left really is Commercial Hub Neighborhood. I already have all the things that I want. Commercial Hub wouldn't be terrible. A neighborhood would be good for tourism. Archaeological Museum in here. Will purchase Archaeologist. I'm not in a super rush. Like, I could have bought her this turn, but like, it's not super critical. I can wait a turn because I'm about to do campus research grants, which will make that a lot cheaper. Choose mission. May as well steal Great Works because the reason I'm stealing Great Works from Scotland.
There are so many reasons why you are the best streamer.
That just like cut out. I think you bugged it out, Cinnamon. But thank you for the $5 donation. Super chat, super chat, super chat. So here's the reason why I'm stealing Great Works from Scotland specifically. Stealing Great Works in general is a bad idea, but stealing specifically from Scotland will lower his culture per turn. And since Scotland is the player with the most culture per turn, he's the one who I have to beat. So by reducing his culture per turn, I make my game easier. I think you're supposed to use spaces. Yeah, I think it just bugged out. I think it has like an autofilter for screwy messages or something. Sell favor to Scotland. Let's make sure we get a friendship with him so he doesn't want to declare war on me. I don't think Scotland usually pays premium. No. Canada pays premium though on Diplo favor. There is Mary Leakey. Beautiful. Mary Leakey is huge, okay? So I want you guys... I'll show you next turn why Mary Leakey is so good. Let's keep stealing cash. Cash stealing is the most important thing to do. I forget who I was stealing from. I think I was stealing from Georgia, right? Yeah. Head back over there. Here's the thing. A lot of people say they get confused when they watch me in the late game, but it's because I've seen these screens so much. I know exactly where to look for the piece of data that I need. Like, I read Georgia, like, if I steal from Georgia, I'll make nearly 1,000 gold per steal. Like, I just know where to look, and so I can register that information incredibly quickly. I know where all the buttons are, so muscle memory kicks in. So we're making 559 tourism per turn, all right? We look at these great works of artifacts. I'm making 18 tourism. I plug Mary Leakey in. This number won't update until next turn. This is now making 36 tourism per turn. So we just, like, did a huge number on that. There is I forget, there is a way to force this number to update, but it usually doesn't update for a while. Okay, who am I looking for? Now all you need to do is theme them. Theming them is hard. Theming museums is hard. But if you look at this themed museum over here, it's making 45 tourism per turn. Nearly up to 700 tourism per turn as well. 94 out of 281. It's great. Soon we'll start doing rock bands. I might just throw a couple of rock bands towards Scotland early. So now I can use my gold for things that matter. How do you get all the information in the top of your screen? If I have MacBook, it's there, but on my desktop PC, it isn't. Basically, you have to go up to... None of that matters right there. This doesn't matter either, unless I want to go for the amulets, and I don't think I will. You go up here to options, you go to interface, show yield HUD in HUD ribbon. You click here, and then you click that, and it'll show you them. $2 from Cinnamon Beard. Show us your tater thoughts. You are all my tater thoughts. Okay, broadcast center is finished in here. Let me have a look at great work filling out. I could definitely use a few more great people.
Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
Show us your tater thoughts.
So in terms of tourism generation, one of the best things I can do with this city is to just spam theater square festivals to generate more of these great people in here. I mean, anyone who think it would be interesting to see Victoria be available as a leader of Scotland might be in bad taste to be leader of India, though. Yikes. Okay, let's see here. This city, similar position. Basically, I've built everything that we want to build. Theatre Square festivals until the end of the game. You could also make an argument for commercial hub investments because there's some good, great merchants. In fact, you know what? Just on the off chance that I hit those great merchants, I'm going to do commercial hub investments in here. I believe I have a place I can purchase a great... Sorry, not a great... I can purchase an archaeologist over here next turn. How do you know which arch option to choose, or do you just click one? I just click on one, and then like if I can theme them, I can theme them. If I can't, I can't. I don't stress about it. Far more important to just like get through the turns and like not worry, don't agonize over every little decision. You'll just ruin the game for yourself. Like really, it's the biggest reason why people don't finish games is just because they think, oh, what decision, which one should I do? And it's like the small little optimization decisions are far less interesting to me than executing an overall strategy. I have a lot of Guitarsia Renaissance stuff. I'll go for a Barbarian. You just keep like a rough mental idea of like, I have this many of this type, I have this many of this type. You know, you don't have to, don't agonize over it. Honestly, you'll just ruin the game for yourself.
Bolt actions speak louder.
Sewer completed in here. Broadcast center. I don't have a lot of Robert de Bruce artifacts, so I will take that. So now I have some more museums I could potentially theme. I have... Oh, wow. I accidentally themed a artifact here in Joe without even trying. So I'll probably need another couple of these before I can really do anything. Let's have a look around. We should nuke Scotland. We can do that. Maybe. It's usually not something I do in my games. I try to avoid I try to avoid going out of my way to do things that don't directly relate to my victory condition. So I'll take the Great Admiral for the era score. I'm trying to think, what could I build to get era score? I think if I purchased an Ironclad, that would give me that, and then I'll just immediately delete it because I literally only bought it for era score. I don't want to pay for it. I don't want to pay the coal upkeep or anything like that. What's the biggest national park you made? Every national park is only 4 tiles. The biggest chain of national parks I've made was something like 8 in a row or something. It was pretty big. I was playing Canada, I think. It was pretty sick, actually. I'll take a Wilfred. I don't have a whole lot of Wilfred Laurier great works. Did I make my unique unit? I did not, but that's 4 era score. I'll do that next turn. Nope. Up to nearly 1,000 tourism per turn, and we're about to research environmentalism, which will be a big boost. 44 turns away. Granary Watermill. Bam, bam. Do the cheap buildings, escape on foot. He was captured in Stirling. Immediately go to Scotland. When a spy is captured, here's what you do. You go to the person who captured him. Hello? It won't let me trade with him. Oh. You go to the person who captured it and you just like pay whatever they ask you. Because the spy is worth way more than whatever the AI is going to ask you to pay. I once played the Mario Terror was forced to make the name for the American list. Think about the walls. A pretty funny moment a few games ago. So I was working on science fiction. America was slightly ahead of me and they kept on breaking promises me they had all the uranium up. Proceeded to nuke them. Cool. Because there's Solange. Tbilisi. Am I stealing from Tbilisi? I am. Send you back to Scotland where you were just captured. It's like, go back to your job. Don't have a lot of Laurier once again. Era score. Do you have the railroad connection? I have enough era score for a golden age, so I'm not worried about it this era. Next era, I'll worry about era score. It's about to flip over anyway. So the atomic era can be a good one.
I shall return again.
It's environmentalism. We're making nearly 1,000 tourism per turn. Wish You Were Here, 100% the only one to ever go for if you're going for a tourism game, in my opinion. Bodyguard Allies can be good too. I prefer Wish You Were Here. That's a huge amount of tourism that we just picked up. So now I'll start building railroads between my cities, and I'm going to purchase my Guard Imperial. Ba-bam, there's 4 era score. Beautiful. Immediately delete. Don't want to pay for it. And I have everyone friendly or in an alliance, so I don't need an army to defend myself. Because I have manipulated the diplomatic things in my favor. Do that. About to unlock the Eiffel Tower. Don't know if I'm going to be able to build the Eiffel Tower this game. I never trade back AI spies I capture. Screw them. Yeah, no. Never ever trade back the AI spies. Always buy your spies. Don't trade them back though. What are the railroads for? Purely for era score. I didn't need the era score last era. Apparently Hattusa is getting murdered.
There are 3 things extremely.
Alright, did anyone build the Eiffel Tower? Yep, somebody built the Eiffel Tower, so we won't bother. Not a big deal. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. I've developed a strategy where I don't need it. So, now that we have unlocked computers and steel, literally none of this tech tree matters if you're in a culture game, okay? This is really, really important. Once you have computers, and once you have steel, none of the decisions that are in here matter to you anymore. People start stressing about what I should research in the late game. Here's what I do when I'm playing a culture game. Click, close, never open it again. Recruit.
A bird came down.
There is some era score from building a military academy. Yeah, like, I mean, it can be fun to cover your empire in things, but that just feels like a really, like, pain. It's a lot of micro work for very small benefit, in my opinion. I mean, if you really, really want to, like, for example, one thing that you could justify reopening this screen for is, like, for beelining something like geothermals. Like, if you want to optimize it, right? You want to pick up replaceable parts for better farms. You want to pick up oil. Like, you want to pick up strategics. I want to pick up this. And the rest of this, maybe I'll pick up these two, and then I'll just click here. Like, you can do that kind of optimization, but really don't stress about it. I see people panicking all the time about, like, what should I research in the late game when I'm going for culture? And it's like, just click at the end of the tech tree, and then never open that screen again, and you're fine. This is working a Ferris wheel slowly. I've got 3 envoys. How close are we to winning? We've got 132. I think I'm going to start sending... I think we're getting pretty close to a win condition here, so I'm going to start sending rock bands towards thing. Normally I would wait to get them a little bit later in the game. But this game is actually going really, really well. So I'll start them now, because I need to get over there before he bans them from his territory. We're going to win soon. We're not too far off winning. I would say it's less than 42 turns. It's a pretty slow win, in my opinion. Usually I'd like to win, like this is around the turn that I would win, is around turn 250. But, you know, I had a really poor start. And I made a bunch of mistakes, and I didn't play super optimally. Purchase stadium. Amenities are good. Plus 6 amenities. Look at that. It's beautiful. In terms of how do I get more tourism in this city... Commercial hub might be an argument. Neighborhood in here. Rock band, go to here. Take your promotion. Theater Square. Night Pond. I could get an archaeology or a theater square in Big Bread Nose, we know, but it's all good. Anyone I'm not trading with. Really need to be trading with Scotland, actually. I really should have. Hindsight 2020. I really should have looked to get a trade route with him. I can trade with Mahajab a bit. So this rock band is really, really bad against Scotland. So I'm going to send it in here to work to try and see if I can get it to level up on there. On the Congos. Things. Theater squares. Jak ik speel dit spel hop hen inna hoogst niveau. Scotland is building the moon landing. Is it dangerous? Yes. It's not the end of the world. If he finishes it, he finishes it. I could use spies to pillage it and all that sort of stuff. It's really not worth the micromanagement. Unless you're really trying to optimize for win. Like, turn win. Will GE salmon. Dan ben je better dan mij. Ik win net op immortal. Oh my god, you only play at immortal? Point and laugh at that guy. Alright, quickly, let's take satellite broadcast, plug it into New Deal. Public Works probably is no longer necessary. And this card has gone obsolete as well. Plug in logistics. I mean, it'll slow down the victory by a lot. It's fine. He'll only get a couple dozen. What is it, like 10 times this? So he'll get like 30. He'll get like 30 tourists out of it. It's not the end of the world. It's fine. Another rock band. We'll try to stop the moon landing. We'll see if we can pull it off. It's only a 63% chance success. If we stop it, we stop it. I don't think there's a way to stop it forever, which is why I think I can slow it down, but I don't think I can stop it. I really hope Celt came back in Civ 6. I think I would prefer less sort of like this generic thing represents an entire like set of cultures, and I'd like individual countries. I don't mind the occasional one of those. I will build the Estadio de Maracana. Art museum in here. Let's start unloading. Okay, I want to find a great work of art and move it into this empty museum. Like so. Water park, neighborhood, water park first, right there. Water park. Ugh, these are really bad. This is why I hate investing in these guys this early into the game. They're just sacrificial. There's a 26% chance he dies. This is why I hate investing into these guys until I have the late game card. It's up here somewhere. Do you know how you will play the next one? Nope. If you think I plan ahead, you've got another thing coming, buddy. Ah, damn it. She took this great merchant. This is the one I was hoping to take myself. See, this is a bit of a problem. See, they were all taken on basically the same turn. So I never really had an opportunity to see this and take it myself. Which is what I'd like to see this great person competition mechanic kind of reworked slightly. Shopping mall for tourism. Water park for tourism. Other than Korea, can any civ win one city? I would think that any civ can win on one city. I think that would be an entirely thing that I think that's entirely possible. I shouldn't really hard build this. I should purchase it. Similarly, I should purchase this. Teleport you. Was there always two great merchants? I don't remember. I assume there's always been two. Need to get friendship with Katarja. Alright, alliance. So some of them might not be willing to ally me here. Looks like they all are. Korea. So what the alliance is doesn't really matter at this point. See people that win one city science victories.
A bizarrely the Khmer. Pretty much anyone can win a one city challenge.
Just, you know, How torturous is it for yourself?
Distracted from
Social media. There we go. Important final tourism card. Let's make sure we have the tourism cards in the right spot so we can make sure they never get changed. Right, so we have online community, satellite broadcast, and heritage tourism, all providing me with massive, massive amounts of tourism. Now faith generation is king. Containment, Visa banking. I will plug in collective activism for now. Near future governance is what we want. Military academy completed. Go down here, do theater square festivals. Purchase the zoo. The reason we want to do these festivals is because we want to get rid of all of these great people so we can start mass generating faith for rock bands. Also, I have room for another trader. We want to purchase as many of these things as possible so that we can focus our production on things that matter. Let's make sure we have open borders with these guys. It's a significant amount of tourism we're missing out on if we don't have open borders with people. Just been stealing gold from Georgia for a long time. She's been basically fueling my entire economy. Murdering Preslav, of course you are, Congo. How are we looking on the culture victory? 188 out of 309, winning in 16 turns. 50% chance they die. Yeah. It really doesn't feel like the numbers match up. They fail way too often, in my opinion. It's really not fun to have them fail as often as they do. So is there anyone I'm not trading with who I could be trading with? Let me have a look here. No trade route with him. I have a trade route with you. 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 Not trading with Georgia. So Georgia. Could I maybe get a trade route with Georgia if I put this in Rouen? No, she's too far away. But maybe over in Dirty Fart. Drop a nuke XD. Honestly, that's one of the most annoying comments I get. You should nuke someone. I'm like, why? It's like, that's the question I always have. Why? But why? What does it do? Is it just a fun? Is it just a meme? That's just kind of a mentality difference between a lot of the people who watch me, I guess. Is like, I try to do things that are effective for winning the game. And they're like, nuke him! Yeah, woo! Drop a nuke on his head, man! I want to watch explosions. Alright, fine. Railroad and thingy. Oh, no. So where can this trade route reach? Caspi. That is a huge boost to our tourism. Does anyone else find Marbazir annoying? I know for a fact that he's going to hear me say this. Yeah, he's incredibly annoying. No, I'm just kidding. He's fine. I've watched Marbazir for years. In fact, Marbazir is one of the reasons that I actually got into making Civ content and doing YouTube in general. Quill18, Marbazir, Orumba, all these guys were, I don't want to say inspirations because that makes it sound like it's a lot more than it really is. But like it was kind of like I just saw like these normal dudes playing a game well, and I was like, I can do that. And so I did. I don't find Marbazir annoying at all. Pacific Rim mod, I've never fired a nuke in a Civ 6 with over 5,500 hours of gameplay. You've played Civ for 5,000 hours? Good God. It's a lot. It's a lot of hours. Average Man, the superhero villain. What? Only 9 days until thingy on super blurry. Do you have your display settings up? The are you on auto or are you on 1080p? Stream should be 1080p. Do you know Andrew Challen? He's a Italian YouTube streamer for Civ. I don't know him. It might have been just like a frame rate drop, a frame drop from my network or something. Who knows? It's fixed for me. I'm not into fake beef. The fake beef. So we'll know in 2 turns if we disrupt this.
It has been said that arguing against
Globalization. None of this matters. None of this matters. Fill policy slot. E-commerce is a good one to plug in. Makes your trade routes really, really powerful. Production and gold. Faith is kind of more important to me right now, but there's no good way to generate faith. Oh, that's right. Seaside resort or ski resorts. I completely forgot about those. Shoot, I need more builders. Why do you underevaluate the chateaux so much? They're actually pretty strong, especially on Petra City, even though you don't have much tile available for them there. They're pretty okay. Like I guess you could justify putting them in here now, but I need this food, right, to keep the city fed. I just don't think they're that good. They only produce a tiny bit of tourism compared to compared to national parks, compared to seaside resorts. They're just kind of weak. I mean, they're not bad. They're not something I like put a lot of effort into getting. I'm not even sure if you can put them on floodplains actually.
For a machine to run smooth.
So I broke the spaceport, but he's still doing it. Nice. Let's get another rock band. Woo! Was I really your first memester? I think you were my first memester. I don't remember. I think you were, Daniel. I'm not sure who. Someone else. There's a couple of people who did it. Which is insane to me. That you would pay $50 a month for no benefits. Other than the normal ones. There are 2 memesters. So you are a member of a very exclusive club. Would you like to start the 7 Years' War? Actually, they aren't the best tile improvement for tourism, but you can actually use to get 20 to 30 raw tourism from them, which will get buff. But yeah, I mean, they're not terrible. I'll give you that. Like, they're not bad, but they're kind of like just eh. You have to give up river tiles. Look at this. My pyramids are making 33 tourism per turn. That's tasty. Ferris wheel. Aquarium. Are you planning on doing the A to Z every day consecutively until it's over? Not every day, but just when I feel I have the time and energy of it. I do need to make time to make other videos. But the plan is to make it a semi-regular thing. It's a project that'll take time. Remember a year ago you had 50 people watching your streams and now you have 600. Congrats. Sometimes it goes up to 1,000. It goes up to 11. Near future governance, I don't think that changes anything for us. Gonna pick up the Exodus imperative. 6 turns until I win.
No one would have believed.
In alphabetical order, based on leader name, not by Civ name.
Very simple was my explanation.
Da-da-da-dum. If you could add 1 or 2 countries to the game, who would it be? I have no idea. I get asked this question all the time. My answer is always, I have no idea. This series is turning out to be very bad for your grad school career. Yikes. Potato McWhiskey ruining college education since 2016. Let me cite Nick's V. Head in the court held the passages cited from dictionaries have no tendency to show that tomatoes are a fruit as if distinguished from vegetables in a common speech. Hell yeah. So focused? No, I just don't really have anything to say. This is honestly one of the least interesting portions of the game, is like when you're a few turns from winning. There's not really much to say, like the game's over and I just have to hit end turn. And like if you want to be an optimal player, you have to kind of do a few extra little things, which is not super interesting. It's just like, yeah. So at this point, spying doesn't matter. I'm just going to counter spy. As when you said districts need, like science fiction needs campus, industrial, and theater squares. Yeah, I have so many ideas for videos. It's just finding like the time and motivation to do them. I find if I try to force myself to do a video that I'm not in the mood in, the quality comes out really badly. But like for example, the naturalists versus rock bands. Somebody asked a question and I felt inspired to really get to work on it, and that was like came out as a great video. So I try not to force it too much, or the quality just isn't there, and then I don't feel good about the overall work. So I try to like toe the line between being productive and like forcing myself to be productive, if that makes sense. The opposite, like if I force myself to make something, sometimes it doesn't come out as good. And also the opposite is true. If I don't make anything for a while, I start to feel really crappy. Which Civ needs a rework in your opinion? I don't know. I don't have an opinion on that. I really think most Civs are fine. These are really... difficult questions for me to ask in a moment. I don't think any Civs really need a rework. I think they're all perfectly interesting. I think they just need some buffs. Some of them. What those Civs are, I would need to spend more time with them on this patch. I just haven't spent enough time with each individual civilization on this patch. I think a lot of people are really quick to jump to like conclusions. Oh, this Civ is awful, or this Civ is great. And it's like, well, you haven't really spent the time with them, have you, on this patch to really make that conclusion? Do tourists from other Civs boost the economy at all? Nope. Not even a little bit. If you're wondering why I'm clicking off things, it's because most of them don't matter. The only thing that matters is clicking the end turn. So here's cultural hegemony. We didn't even get to really use rock bands this game, which is kind of silly. This is what happens to me in most of my games. Is I get to a point where I've won the game without ever having used rock bands. I didn't mean to buy that rock band. Feck. I was trying to click on a naturalist, but I clicked too quickly and made a mistake. I think at this point I'm just going to put my units to sleep, because most of the interesting decisions this game have been made, and right now it's just very small optimization stuff, since we're literally turns from winning. This is the perfect one to go to Scotland. You're starting a new Civ tomorrow. I probably won't play tomorrow. Tomorrow is the day that my family usually comes over for dinner. So I'll probably spend the day with them, and then maybe screw around in the Outer Worlds again tomorrow evening. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I might record some videos. Might record more of the Saving Your Disaster campaign videos tomorrow. But tomorrow I'm probably just going to take it easy, because I've been streaming pretty hardcore the last 3 days. So I'll probably just take a day, not off like exactly, but kind of just like a lower energy day where I don't quite do as much as I was doing. Not a day off, but not a full day either.
The worth of a culture is not measured by its accomplishments, but in how those accomplishments last and how they are remembered. The beauty that you have inspired our people to create will ensure that our culture stands for all time.
Is this a full-time job for you? Yes. People are always very, very surprised that you can make a full salary off of 50,000 subscribers. And you can. You know those like YouTubers with like 2 million followers and they're like, I don't make any money from YouTube? They're idiots. And they're doing it wrong. I make more money doing this than I did in my previous job. Okay. if you've got a million subscribers and you're not making money, you're fucking up. If you've got 100,000 subscribers and you're not making money, you're fucking up. All right, so number of combats, player gold. New game? No, there will not be a new game, but we can go explore our empire. Go away. What have I done to the UI?
The chief incalculable.
Now that is a beautiful empire. Look at it. This game is so pretty. People gave this game so much shit on release, dude. Like, it looks like a cartoon. It's so cartoony. This game is gorgeous. It's absolute gorge. Meow meow. Play Frostpunk someday? Yeah, I will. As we get closer to the incidents of terrorism rise, the time to dominate the world, do you think there's a space for another Civ 6 YouTuber? I think there's infinite space for YouTubers, dude. Infinite space for YouTubers of any kind. You just, like, do a thing, find an audience, make interesting content. That's all it is. Like, people have a famine mentality where there's like a limited amount of space. There's literally billions of people watching videos every day, and there's unexplored niches. Like, you could make a game of Civ, a Civ gameplay where you do one specific way of playing the game and you go incredible detail. You could do a version of playing Civ where you go in-depth role-playing and go into deep stories with your games. The artist style is artist binary. You either love it or you hate it. I think it looks great. It's the kind of art that can stand the test of time. Although, I will say this, like, the world from this angle looks very different from the world from this angle. Like this, oh Jesus. Like, this looks very bright and nice. Alright, and I take this, like, take here for example. This looks very bright and nice. I take this angle and I just turn it around. Oh, Jesus Christ. And this looks very dark and dingy. I guess technically I'm looking at the back of the assets where the shading is. Like, look how much brighter. Dark, 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 bright, 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 bright. Dark, 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 bright, 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 bright. Anyway. There's also a mod that turns Civ 6 graphic to Civ 5. Never really interested in it. Alright, let's draw a picture. Diddle-a-dun, diddle-a-dun, diddle-a-dun-dun-dun-dun, diddle-a-dun. Daniel, you just got to send me an email. There's an email linked on my disaster save file videos. Does anyone remember having like 50 plus traders before they patched it? I did like one thing I really liked about the game in the original state that I wish would come back was stacking industrial zones and stacking trade routes. I actually really thought that was a cool thing. I liked it. Kind of need to zoom in here to have a better control over what I'm doing here. So I kind of miss it, to be honest. Was it healthy for the game's balance? Probably not. We're just drawing. We're doodling. It said to save game, turn 1, archipelago map, initial spawn sharing on Auckland and the same Pacific. So OP. Nice. That's pretty cool. What this? The stream is over. We're just drawing now. We're just like, this is what we do. This is why we have the Potato McRoss emote. Somebody could post that in chat for people so they have context. We just draw pictures at the end of streams. Like, just kind of abstract and weird drawings are kind of things that I like to do. Sometimes you just make a line and see what you can do from the line. Try weave silk on Google. Part of the meme is that I do it in paint, so it's really scuffed and really bad. It's part of the entire concept is to just make it real bad. Hmm? How many subs do you need to get before you get a tattoo of one of these? I probably never would get a tattoo of one of these. These things are awful. But when you zoom out, it looks kind of cool. Oh no, this is not the zooming out that I wanted. See, it looks kind of cool. It looks like a little bit like a fish is coming in here. It just ends up looking weird. You want to like, and I mean, if you want to get really weird, you can actually go to a thin brush, and like zoom all the way in, and do like tiny little. I used to do this all the time when I was younger. I would like make up like script as if I was writing in an ancient language or something, and like fill it into the empty space. And then you can like, it looks like something. I thought I was joining a Civ stream. We're drawing after the stream. Stream is over. We are now drawing. I used to love doing this as a kid, and well, I was a teenager too. It's drawing archaic lines that look kind of like text. And I would fill in, like, I wish I still had these things, but I would like make an image like this, and then I would do like multiple layers of detail and like have arcane ruins like scribbled everywhere. So here, so what I would normally do is I would do like this kind of it. No, not like that. I don't want it. I would do like a line, and then like from a curve, I would come onto the curve, and then I would come off the curve like that, and I might come off this curve like this, and then occasionally I might bisect at an angle or whatever, and I might just do like a whole loopy loop, and I would come in and I would do like a whole bunch of swirls, and then I would go down to a smaller brush, and I would make even smaller swirlies come off it. I might have like two peaks come together at an angle like this to create a new swirl, and then from this swirl another swirl would come off, a swirl like this, sort of almost fractal but not quite. And then when I felt happy with that, I would go down to a smaller brush. Obviously I would do this with much more care and attention. Right now I'm just kind of like screwing around, and from these I would have even smaller little branches and biddles, and I would try to give each branch at least one like branch just to get an organic kind of feel. And you can see slowly, just by screwing around, we've made a thing that looks kind of somewhat funky. And then when we're really small, we do these little swips. And I would try to give each section hair. Maybe more than one depending. This one might get two. It starts to look weird. But we'll go back and fix it, don't worry. This works much better with with pencil. I used to do this with pencil. You'd like sharpen your pencil. You'd have like a 2B pencil or whatever the thick one is. I forget. It's been a long time since I did pencil shit. You'd have like a thick pencil to do the thick lines, and then you'd have like a really, really, really sharp pencil to do the thin lines. And then we'd go back to this big thick color. And we kind of give these little intersections a swoop. It doesn't look great on computer, but give them a little bit of thickness. Everyone likes a bit of thickness. This is the centerpiece. We won't mess with that just yet. And this kind of adds, just, I don't know, it just makes it look weird. And it's a weird I like. Obviously, I'm being really sloppy because I'm doing this on a PC. When I would normally do this in pencil. You have drawn a butt. There's a booty. Booty, booty, booty. Need to make a little... Where'd my mouse go? There it is. Okay. It's a stink cloud coming out. But yeah, this is the kind of stuff that I would do in my free time when I was bored in school. Teachers hated me because I would do this shit and then I would answer their questions. They'd be like, what have I been talking about the last 10 minutes? And I would be like, you've been talking about X, Y, Z. And then I would go back to doodling and then they would be like, I hate that guy. It was great. You can actually do some pretty interesting doodles. When you're writing like fake runic script. Used to confiscate my notebooks because you just sit down and draw. Screw them. I would draw them whenever I had. You can't take my pencils. I need them to be able to take notes. I think we're summoning the devil here, guys, with this text. I mean, you could, if you wanted to, develop like your own cohesive system of lettering, which I have done a couple times, so I don't remember them off the top of my head. I have like doodle books around somewhere with like different things filled with like different silly calligraphy languages that I made up. Alright, when you zoom out, it looks like a script. You know what I mean? Cryptified letter system. And so imagine this, sort of the whole thing filling the page, and there would be stuff in between. I'm not going to do it now. I'm not going to do all of it. But there would be like, I would like half draw a face. I would like maybe do like that would be the nose. And the eye would be like this. Something like that. But this other eye would be like that. And the mouth would be like this. So it wouldn't look like a face really if you didn't know what you were looking for. And then there would be all sorts of little bits strewn about. kind of throw you off the trail of a face, and you'd kind of see abstract stuff. All kinds of this weirdness. But there would be sort of broad strokes. Anyway. This is what I used to do in my free time. I think you need some Zen meditation. Background music. Hell yeah, man. But yeah. Otherwise, I would just draw like stickmen. Really lazily. I actually invented, well, I say invented, but I invented an entire, well, invented again. Like I developed like, I can't remember how I do it now, but I remember I made like an entire stickman like alphabet. Basically what I did was I had like A, B, C or whatever. And then I would have like a stickman like this. Like this is a stickman. Then I'd have a stickman sitting down with his feet. And his arms are touching here. He's holding his head. And that would be B. And then I'd have a stickman being blown backwards. Like that would be C or something. Kind of drawn it poorly. But I had a whole stickman alphabet. And it was fun to do. Yeah. Also, one of my favorite things to do is to like draw an animal, like a cat. Like here's like a stereotypical crappy cat. Let me do a crap cat here. This is like kitty cat, right? Meow ear, triangle nose, sweep, kitty cat, right? Shitty cat, right? We'll just have it be what it is. This is like a really bad cat. But I would do this, but I would replace the head with like this elongated, horrifying, open-mouthed jaw creature. I don't know why I would do this. I used to use it as my forum avatars too. I used to like make people uncomfortable. Anyway. That's all she wrote, folks. I love y'all. I'll see you next time.